right now on 5 on your side at 10.
Back near 100, an excessive heat warning for the metro, how hot it'll actually feel.
Tonight, an American tragedy. Gunshots, not fireworks, ringing out at a 4th of July parade in Illinois. At least 6 people killed, dozens more injured.
I'm furious that this is happening in communities all across Illinois and America.
The manhunt for the sniper is now over, while the search for answers is just beginning. We begin tonight with a live look at the Fair St. Louis Fireworks Spectacular. It's the largest display in the fair's 40-year history, and this is the finale to the 3-day festival in downtown St. Louis. We'll have more from that fair in just a few minutes. But first tonight, America's latest mass shooting happening on America's birthday. Good evening, I'm Brent Solomon. Mike and Ann have the holiday off. Celebration turning to chaos in northern Illinois. Gunfire rang out during a 4th of July parade in Highland Park, Illinois. The affluent community is just north of Chicago. Tonight, at least 6 people are dead, dozens more hurt, and a person of interest is now in custody. That shooting sending hundreds running for safety. Investigators believe the gunman fired several shots into the crowd from a nearby rooftop.
We all heard like a pop, 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 and I think everybody just thought, oh, maybe there's something with the float. They're doing something on the float, and then it just opened up, just a rain of gunshots.
Just a few hours ago, police arrested the 22-year-old person of interest in Chicago. It happened after an intense manhunt that lasted several hours. This latest mass shooting happening just a little more than a month since the shootings in Uvalde, Texas and Buffalo, New York. Illinois politicians now calling for change.
The last time I heard a weapon with that capacity firing that rapidly on a 4th of July was Iraq. It was not the United States of America. We can and we should and we will do better.
It is devastating that a celebration of America was ripped apart by our uniquely American plague.
Just last week, President Joe Biden signed a bipartisan gun control bill into law. It's the first major federal gun safety legislation in decades. 5 on Your Side has a crew on the way to Highland Park tonight. Our Mark Maxwell will begin reporting starting tomorrow at 5 a.m. on Today in St. Louis. Well, several 4th of July festivities in the Chicago area were canceled after this morning's shootings. Here in our area, safety was at the forefront as people enjoyed celebrations locally. Tonight, Pepper Baker is live from Fair St. Louis with a pretty awesome view of all of the fireworks there. Hey, Pepper.
Brent, yeah, we just have the best view of the arch on our very own rooftop, but it just makes it even better when you see those gorgeous fireworks going off. I mean, it just doesn't get any better than that. People have been waiting all day to see this fireworks show. Many of them went to the Fair St. Louis right here in downtown. Luckily, thankfully, it was safe. It seemed to be the heat that was the real intruder.
I'm excited.
What are you excited for?
For the fireworks.
Ileana Rainey from Texas and these 2 sisters, Rowan and Hannah Timberlake from Illinois, are looking forward to the same thing.
Definitely the fireworks.
If you visited Fair St. Louis downtown on July 4th before the fireworks show, then you definitely felt the heat.
It's really hot.
Obviously, maybe an ice slushie is not the best choice. I promise you, I've drunk at least 3 bottles of water so far, so this is like my guilty pleasure.
St. Louis firefighters were on hand to help anyone suffering from the high temperatures.
Amazingly, we've only had 5 calls. A couple were heat related, no transport.
They had trucks parked all around the site, some even spraying water for people to cool off.
The fire department's got several cooling stations strategically placed through the event. It's not a very large footprint, so anyone would be able to get to a cooling station, get in some shade, and take some good care of themselves.
St. Louis Metropolitan Police had officers covering every block, keeping eyes on the activities.
They're present. They're known. They make themselves known, and they're cool.
I feel protected. I mean, I don't feel like I have to turn my neck every 2-3 minutes. I feel like we do have enough security.
Which is important so people like the Timberlake sisters can celebrate America's birthday with their active duty military dad in peace.
It's special because it's a reminder for the day of those who served.
And for Rainey's family, who drove more than 10 hours to visit St. Louis.
Happy 4th of July!
Now, the Fair St. Louis activities were limited for the past couple of years because of COVID, but I do believe that the fireworks show is nearing the end, but it's just so spectacular. I think there's about maybe 10 more minutes left on it, but just what a way to end this beautiful holiday weekend. Live in St. Louis, Pepper Baker, 5 on your side.
Absolutely is incredible. Thank you, Pepper. Let's take another look now at those fireworks. This from the Central West End. St. Louisans contended with dangerous heat on this 4th of July. Meteorologist Jim Castillo is in for Scott tonight. Jim, some areas under an excessive heat warning.
Yes, the entire metro, so enjoy the cool down this evening and those fireworks out there tonight. So they're all over the place. And so what's going on this entire week is this: the excessive heat all the way through at least Wednesday at 11 p.m. So the advisory around the metro and the excessive heat warning for St. Louis City and County and surrounding counties. So it's still at 90 degrees. That's the issue. Feels like 98 at 10 o'clock at night. Humidity is 57%. And over the next 12 hours, probably only 80 in St. Louis, maybe even low 80s. So that is going to be a several day occurrence too. So heat is cumulative and it's going to be very hot all the way through at least Friday. Right now we're sitting in the 80s outside of St. Louis. But again, that real field temperature in St. Louis at about 98 degrees. Big storms around Chicago tonight with a severe thunderstorm watch there. I'll talk about our rain chances coming up in Maine weather in just a bit.
All right, we'll see you then. It's been a violent holiday weekend in St. Louis City since Friday. 19 people have been shot, 7 of them died. Today there were 2 homicides. One victim was 17 years old. He was shot in the chest near Union and Moffett. He was taken to Children's Hospital where he died. Another shooting this weekend taking the life of a former football standout at CBC. 25-year-old Darian Baker was shot and killed just south of Busch Stadium. That was early Sunday morning. One of his former coaches says something needs to change.
I just feel like when is enough going to be enough? He wasn't the type of person to be into anything, to cause somebody to want to do anything to him. Like, everybody liked him.
Police still investigating that shooting. No word on any suspects right now. The woman who was with Baker is still recovering from being shot. Communities across the metro area celebrating the 4th of July today. Check this out. Thousands lined Florissant Road in Ferguson this morning for a parade. It ended at January Wabash Memorial Park, where a festival and fireworks show took place. O'Fallon, Missouri, kicking off its annual Heritage and Freedom Fest this morning. They had a parade as well. Tonight, the band Cheap Trick took the stage, all before tonight's fireworks show. Well, for St. Clair County family, Independence Day is especially significant, not only because of their passion to serve our country, but also because of their vision to make advancements in agriculture. 5 on your side's Elise Schoenig joins us in studio with more on their pretty impressive story. Elise.
Yeah, Brent, well, you're about to meet a husband and wife. Now, one is an Army veteran and the other is a Missouri National Guards woman. Their family has been living and farming in Illinois since the early 1800s. And on days like this, continuing that legacy becomes something personal.
Days like Independence Day, Memorial Day, Veteran Day, they hit a little bit harder.
Joel Funk has seen life from many different lenses. His first one out at his very own family farm.
Growing up in a rural setting and community, I mean, I could just go outside and play in nature. I mean, it's everywhere around me.
Despite his love for agriculture, he says he had an early appreciation of history and military service. He enlisted in the Army, which took him specifically into aviation for 13 years.
After 13 years of coming and going to different parts of the world and within our own country, I decided it was time to come back home.
But this time he returned to his farm with one more helping hand. his wife, Gabby, who still serves as a Missouri National Guardswoman.
Originally, I joined to run away from my lifestyle at the time.
This is where the Funks are able to farm according to the latest agricultural trends. But that's just one of the ways the family's been taking their farming to entirely new heights. The family has been living and working on this land for nearly 200 years.
Everything is kind of tied, giving back to my community, my country, the same thing, within agriculture, and now, trying to build a business and, a model that is both successful and gives back to my community.
The Funks' commitment to farming is stronger not only because of each other.
I do believe that Joel and I have grown way closer, and we're getting better at being business partners, so to say. It's still a little challenging to me because I'm not the farmer gal at all, so I'm learning a lot.
But their dedication to serving their country.
You definitely don't forget, things that you've done, where you've been, and those that are no longer here. But it helps bring back that meaning.
Yeah, and another neat feature about the Funk family farm is that it's a certified homegrown by Heroes Farm, and that's the official farmer veteran branding program of America. Brent.
All right, thanks. A heads up for drivers who take Manchester Road through Brentwood and Maplewood. Early tomorrow morning, the eastbound lanes of Manchester between Hanley and Laclede Station Road will be shut down. They will remain closed for the next 2 months while MSD crews update the sewer system. Now, drivers can use Hanley, West Bruno, and Laclede State Roads as a detour. Charcoal versus propane. It's an age-old debate. Tonight, we're putting both grilling methods to the test. Top dog takedown. Joey Chestnut once again takes down his competition while taking down an unwanted guest.
Hot and humid weather is with us for the rest of the week, but what about some much-needed rain? I'll lay out those chances coming up. A state of emergency and a curfew are in place right now in Akron, Ohio. This comes after overnight protest over the shooting death of a 25-year-old man at the hands of police. This is video of last night's protest just hours after police body cam of the shooting was released. Police say Jalen Walker was shot at least 60 times by 8 police officers following a chase last week. Fireworks are being blamed for causing a raging wildfire in Utah. Dozens were forced to flee their homes late last night. Fire officials say the fire is about 128 acres and is 0% contained. Well, the president celebrating America's birthday in Washington, D.C. tonight. Of course, fireworks lit up the National Mall. The first family watched from a balcony of the White House. Earlier in the day, they held a picnic for military families on the South Lawn. America turned 246 today. But our Verify team found out we haven't always celebrated our country's birthday. Here's Brandon Lewis.
Verify here with your Independence Day Fast Fact. Celebrating the birth of our nation with fireworks and a day off is a national pastime. But did you know July 4th hasn't always been a holiday since 1776? It's true, and we verified using these sources. On July 4th, 1776, the Second Continental Congress unanimously adopted the Declaration of Independence. A year later, the anniversary was celebrated with a spontaneous celebration in Philadelphia, but otherwise, it didn't get much fanfare, according to the Library of Congress. It wasn't until the War of 1812 ended that American patriotism became popular and Independence Day was more regularly celebrated. In 1870, Congress established the first federal holidays, including July 4th, New Year's, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. So, no, July 4th hasn't been a holiday since 1776. It only became one in 1870 and wasn't a paid day off for all federal workers until 1938. With your Fast Fact and wishing you a happy Independence Day, I'm Brandon Lewis.
So here's the question, what can we verify for you? Send us an email to verify@ksdk.com. Well, it wouldn't be summer without an argument over which way is the best way to grill, charcoal or gas. Consumer Reports put both methods to the test, along with the best hot dog brands. Here's Mike Bush.
Packing up my kids and going to our family's lake house and gonna have a great barbecue.
Work on a farm.
We go into a parade.
Whatever you've got planned this summer, chances are part of it includes grilling, or if you're lucky, eating what someone else has grilled. If you're going for that classic barbecue vibe, Consumer Reports' Paul Hope says break out the charcoal grill.
If you want that smoky barbecue flavor, I always say to go with charcoal. It takes a little longer to set up, but the flavor is well worth it.
This Weber consistently earns a top spot in CR's ratings of kettle grills. For more convenience and very good indirect heating, CR recommends this Dynaglow. If you're thinking about heading to the beach or a park, a portable gas grill may be the way to go. This one from Coleman travels easily, requiring only a light 1-pound propane tank, and it earns top scores in CR's tests. No matter where you're grilling and what you're grilling on, CR says you can't go wrong with hot dogs on the menu. Several CR staffers taste-tested hot dogs from popular names like Nathan's, plus several meat-free options too. The taste testers unanimously agreed, go for Nathan's or Hebrew National. And if you're looking for a meat-free option, look no further than the Beyond Meat sausages or the Impossible.
The meatless bratwurst from Beyond and Impossible were so good that I would actually choose them over most regular hot dogs or bratwursts.
Mike Bush, 5 on your side.
And Consumer Reports says the Oscar Mayer uncured original wiener is also a great option for the most basic hot dog. It's also a kid pleaser with a simple, straightforward taste. Well, Nathan's hot dogs were the Franks of choice on Coney Island today. It was all part of the annual Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest. Joey Jaws Chestnut downed 63 hot dogs with buns in 10 minutes. That's 13 fewer than the record he set just last year, but enough to take home his 15th belt. Chestnut was slowed down after a protester made it onto stage. The professional eating all-star took down the man in a Darth Vader mask before returning to devour dozens of other dogs. He can eat, can he?
Yeah, my goodness.
Jim, one thing's unmistakable, the heat. It was so hot out there today.
It is, and that humidity just lingers. It gets so steamy. So that's going to be an issue, Brent, all week long. So happy 4th, everybody. I know it's loud out there. Here is from our rooftop and looking south, just continuous fireworks in the St. Louis sky. And then this is looking toward the arch and also east toward Illinois, definitely right on top of 100 above the park, that camera looking east. But you can see the fireworks continue. It is getting smoky out there. That'll be an issue throughout the night after all of these fireworks go off. 97 degrees for that high today, 76 for the low, the record 105. And then 89 we were at yesterday. Well, we're hoping to see something like that on Saturday, but probably low 90s. So we will cool off a little bit this weekend, but it's going to be hot all week. 90 still at this hour, and there's some storms up around Chicago. Eventually that front will head in our direction with a chance of showers and storms, more likely late Friday into Saturday. Feels like 98 degrees at 10 o'clock at this hour. There's a watch box right there. That'll stay away from us. It's around Chicago and likely all of this activity there. Just wanted to point it out. It is the front that's headed our way, but it's not going to get here until late in the week. So all of that storm activity is headed toward the Great Lakes and into Indiana. But the future cast is showing a little bit of rain tomorrow morning, possibly in our Illinois counties briefly. And then it gets out of here and then we're dry throughout the day. We're hot, we're steamy. And then again, that chance of seeing that Wednesday, mainly on the Illinois side, but eventually maybe on Thursday and definitely Friday into early Saturday, we'll get some showers and storms in here. So the severe weather risk, it is just to our east and north tomorrow. And then as we head into Wednesday, it kind of creeps into our Illinois counties. So something we'll keep our eyes on. Even the yellow area, which is level 2, is creeping into the Effingham area. So tomorrow, heat index, that's going to be very high all day. In fact, 10 a.m., 104, 109 at 2 p.m., 108 at 5. You get the idea. Extreme heat, and that'll continue not only tomorrow, but all the way through the week. Heat advisories, excessive heat warnings will continue. And of course, this is why that huge area of high pressure, that will continue. Look at this 10-day forecast. Really nothing below 90 is the way it's looking now, but in those 100s possible the next few days, and then that better storm chance later this week should cool us off to the low 90s, Brent, by the weekend.
All right, we've been warned, right?
Yeah.
Thank you, Jeff. All right, let's turn it over to Ahmad with what's coming up.
Well, coming up next in sports, we share the journey of one top college football recruit and how his father helped pave the way to where they are now. Stay tuned. Last year when the Cardinals played the Braves, it was like a little brother playing their big brother. The Cardinals, they didn't stand a chance, finishing the year 1-6 versus the Braves. Tonight, they tried to get off to a better start. Dakota Hudson got the start, and it would be an outing that he'd want back. If you bet a no-run first inning, you were a loser tonight. Matt Olson drives in the first run of the game, and then more trouble in the second. Bases Juice and Dansby Swanson was trying to quench his thirst. 2 runs would score 4-0 Braves at that point. The lone bright spot so far, rookie Connor Capel records his first big league RBI, but the rain would halt this one. The Redbirds still trail 6-1. Stuntin' Like My Daddy is a song made by famous rapper Lil Wayne back in 2006. It was also around that time that East St. Louis lineman Miles McVay was born. Since that time, he's been on a mission to be just like his dad, but better, and now the two are months away from stunning on everyone that doubted them. When you roll the tape from an East St. Louis football practice, the first thing you'd probably say is, whoa, who is that guy? His name is Miles McVay.
Miles just a big kid, man. He's a big, funny guy.
Clocking in at 6'7", 330 pounds, Flyers head coach Darren Sunkett describes McVay as a program changer.
He's what every college coach, what every high school coach, I mean, he's what you look for.
Just like a dating app, some colleges have been trying to match with McVay forever.
Well, I got my first Division I scholarship offer in the 8th grade.
But he was quickly reminded that was just the dating phase.
Attack Miles' ear hole. I was young, so, started getting a big head. And then I came here and got humble real quick.
McVay knew his future was bright, but that his journey was going to be long. Good thing his father, Armando Fuqua, had everything mapped out.
I learned a lot from not being able to make it, which then showed me what the things he needed to do to make it.
That meant long days and longer workouts, beginning when he was 5 years old.
He was so big, after about 1 year, he had to move up to the middle schoolers. So he was like 7, 8 years old, training with middle schoolers.
Soon, his two-a-day workouts would pay off. And McVay's progress quickly showed during his freshman season at East St. Louis.
We had a play where he's supposed to pull around, and he's got to pick up our best linebacker. So it's kind of like an Oklahoma drill. And Miles pulled around that corner and pretty much knocked out our best guy. So we lost him to a concussion. So we knew right there, and that was our aha, that Miles is, he's the guy we thought he was.
Did it for Jay, did it for Flash, did it for all my fallen soldiers, bro. We finally did it, bro.
Later that year, he would help the Flyers win another state championship while inching one step closer towards a free education. Your top 5, do you have one right now?
Oh, right now I would say it's, I kind of got 6 right now. Texas A&M, Florida, Alabama.
Right now, McVay has more college options than a contestant on The Bachelor has dates.
And Mizzou, I still talk to Coach Drink.
And when it comes time to pick that one lucky school, Pops will be right there.
I really don't know where I would be without him.
I explained to Miles, if you follow this path and do what you're supposed to do, and do all these things, you will be rewarded in the end. You can make this happen.
And if he hangs on tight to those core values his family instilled in him, Coach Sunkett believes college is just the first step in a very long playing career.
He's the natural. So as long as Miles keeps working and pray to God, no injuries, he'll definitely be a first-round draft choice.
McVay says he's going to make his college decision August 11th, so we'll be counting down the days until then.
I have a feeling he can get into whatever school he chooses.
Absolutely.
Good luck to him. Thanks, Ahmad. Well, going for the gold, the competition sending 2 Metro East teens and their dogs to Europe. This Independence Day, 2 Metro East teens and their dogs are preparing to head to Europe to represent the USA. Alyssa Dobby of Edwardsville and Delton Sonato from New Baden will compete for Team USA at the Junior Open Dog Agility World Championships in Finland. Both have racked up wins here at home and hope that success translates on the world stage.
That would be so much fun to have a world championship under my belt.
It's amazing. It's a dream of mine.
They can do it. Elisa will be competing with her dog Piper Grace. Delton's dog is named Rascal. The competition will be held on July 14th through the 19th. We wish them the best of luck. Jim joining us now with the final look at the forecast.
It's a hot one, definitely, Brent. So lows tonight about 80 in St. Louis, outside of the city in the 70s. It is mainly clear, as you know, besides the fireworks smoke. And then tomorrow, heat advisory outside of the metro. The metro excessive heat warning and 100 degrees, heat index near 110.
All right. Well, that's all of our time for 5 on your side at 10. The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon is next. Jimmy's guests tonight, Adam Sandler and Ben Falcone. Start your day with Today in St. Louis beginning at 4 a.m. We hope you have a great tomorrow.